Some celebs lived their whole lives without us ever finding out their secrets. But the truth doesn't always stay private, especially once a star has passed away. Here are celebs who took huge secrets to their graves. After Prince Rogers Nelson passed away in 2016, secrets began to emerge about the music legend. But they weren't salacious. Many of the things we learned about him after his death surrounded his philanthropic efforts. Van Jones, an environmentalist who worked on the Green Jobs Act, told Rolling Stone about a $50,000 check he received from an anonymous donor around 2006. Jones, who wasn't in the business of accepting anonymous checks, returned it to the sender, but it came back, this time with a phone call. The caller told Jones, "I cannot tell you who the money is coming from, but his favorite color is purple."
There are people that have solar panels on their houses right now in Oakland, California, that they don't know Prince paid for them.
It was around this time that Jones learned about some of Prince's other work. There was the co-founding of the educational effort teaching urban minority youths technology, Yes We Code, as well as his donations to the family of deceased teen Trayvon Martin. These charity efforts were kept quiet, seemingly done for the cause and not the recognition.
Yes We Code has now 15 major technology companies working with kids in the hood, getting them ready to have jobs in Silicon Valley. That was Prince.
While George Michael's relationship with the public and the media was scandalous at times throughout his career, the stories that came out after his death made the singer seem like an angel. According to the Associated Press, Michael made many large donations to several charities, including Childline, Macmillan Cancer Support, and the Terrence Higgins Trust, an HIV awareness group. The most interesting part about these donations is that Michael kept them secret. The founder of Childline said that Michael gave the organization all his royalties from one of his biggest hits, Jesus to a Child, plus much more. For the Terrence Higgins Trust, Michael donated the royalties from his Elton John duet, Don't Let the Sun Go Down on Me. It wasn't until Gene Wilder died at the age of 83 that fans first learned what had been ailing the legendary comedian. When the celeb's death was announced in 2016, Us Weekly also released his cause of death, complications from Alzheimer's disease. According to a follow-up report, Wilder had been struggling with the disease for more than 3 years before it finally took him. In a statement released by his family, it was said that Wilder's secret was a way of protecting the smiles of his fans, so to speak. They explained, the decision to wait until this time to disclose his condition wasn't vanity, but more so that the countless young children that would smile or call out to him, "There's Willy Wonka," would not have to be then exposed to an adult referencing illness or trouble and causing delight to travel to worry, disappointment, or confusion. On July 26, 1985, news broke that Rock Hudson, one of Hollywood's sexiest leading men from the 50s and 60s, had AIDS, according to People magazine. Back then, AIDS was largely associated with gay men, and Hudson soon became the most famous person afflicted with it. But the actor never made an explicit statement about his sexuality before he died in October of 1985. The truth seemed confined to tight Hollywood circles, friends, and family. It wasn't until after his death that it was confirmed that Hudson was a gay man. Shortly after his passing, the autobiography Rock Hudson, His Story touched on the star's sexuality. In the book, he called his ex-boyfriend Lee Garlington his true love. Years later, a recorded conversation between Hudson and his ex-wife Phyllis Gates leaked to The Hollywood Reporter. In the private talk, Gates confronted Hudson about his sexuality and his sexual exploits from the 1950s. Anthony Perkins lived a quiet and private life. His sheltered personality inevitably drew similarities to his most famous character, Norman Bates from Psycho, a comparison that Perkins hated.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
When Perkins died at his home, surrounded by his close family and friends in 1992, it seemed to be without warning, at least to the public. But Perkins was prepared. He had been sick and had kept it secret from the outside world. According to the New York Times, for 2 years prior to his death, Perkins was secretly receiving treatment for AIDS. The actor, who wrote a statement to be read after his death, apparently didn't want a big deal made of it. As the Los Angeles Times reported, he said in the statement, "I chose not to go public about having AIDS because, to misquote Casablanca, I'm not much at being noble, but it doesn't take much to see that the problems of one old actor don't amount to a hill of beans in this crazy world." Check out one of our newest videos right here, plus even more Nicki Swift videos about your favorite celebs are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.